Mr. Rowe.
Good afternoon.
How are
sir.
you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. I can't believe that she leaves me the book to sign. It's
Just
like,
put it there.
I know, it's like, okay, well, we know how this is gonna go. You're a little presumptuous, aren't you, young lady?
Just prepared.
You
I
got a
know.
new agenda, the first item's not on it anymore.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's all Drew, right?
Yes.
Redesign. Oh, cool.
So it's the second.
That's right.
Hey, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe this. You're gonna move 13/100ths of a foot. Okay.
Well, it's how much land they actually have, they're trying to cut it into.
I know, but you know, it's one of them things where they're 13/100ths of a foot out of compliance. Is that all? I mean, it's like,
But they can upstairs, they can improve it.
I know. And you know, 50-foot lot is not very big. You could put a tiny house on it, I guess. Or you could, if you could.
My first house was on a
Push 'em.
50-foot lot, and, you know, I had 5 feet of grass on each side.
Yeah,
So
and
my
that's-
house was 40 foot wide.
Yeah. And so your garage is in the front, so you could drive in the front, or you have an alley in the back where you can drive in the back. That's it. That's all.
Well, I
And
guess
it-
so, I mean, that's your only.
Otherwise, you know, it's kind of tight in there.
Wow.
Of course, I was 22 years old, it's about all I could afford.
We've talked about this before. You've seen the houses they're putting in Nashville
Block they
now,
go up.
No, I haven't.
No
where they're
yards,
taking
they have little
regular
backyards,
lots
yeah.
and they're dividing them
Yeah,
into
we
like
went to San
25-foot
Francisco.
widths, and they're putting 3-story stuff, and it's like they're like
You know, if you do your
2.5
real
feet
deep
apart,
you know, they're on top
and they're
of each
making
other.
4 houses on a lot with a driveway
It's so different.
between them that
You
goes
need
to the back house, and that's it. I mean, it's nothing.
You know, it's
And it's skinny houses, and that's what they call them. They call them skinny houses.
I saw something, I guess, on the internet the other day about how old this oldest house in France. And the.
Oh, I saw something like
The
that.
first floor was smaller than the
The
second
second
and the third floor, cause they tax you on the footprint of on the
Well,
ground,
and-
so they build a bigger net.
Well, and in Great Britain, back in the Middle Ages, and shortly thereafter, they were taxing on the number of windows.
Oh.
And so people would cover their windows. And you would have, you know, but you needed windows because you needed light in the house, otherwise you couldn't
Yeah,
get light in it.
ventilation.
You didn't have, yeah, okay. We ready? Have you pushed the button? You've been broadcasting us all this time?
Just a short time.
All right. You should warn us about that. I mean, we haven't done anything embarrassing, but we could have. All right, let's call the meeting to order. Would you call the roll, please, ma'am?
Chairman Tamayo,
I am here.
Board Member Beaver,
Here,
Board Member Hilliard,
Here.
Board Member Rowe,
Here.
Board Member Sorrell.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Let's take a look, gentlemen, if we could, at the minutes. And let me know if there's any commentary about the minutes from the meeting of July 7? Is that the last time we met? I guess so.
Yeah.
And any commentary or a motion with respect to those minutes?
I move we approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Next, what we'd like to do is swear in everybody who's going to speak for, against, or otherwise make any comment on our one agenda item today, which is file PZ 2022-410 at 8525 Highway 105, considering a variance to street frontage. So if you're going to speak with respect to this item on the agenda, please stand, hold up your right hand, and be sworn so that you can testify.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay, next up, what we would like to do is hear the staff report on this item.
Good afternoon. Access surveyors on behalf of Kendra and Justin Williams request a variance for the required street frontage for a proposed minor plat. The property is zoned as residential single-family and therefore requires a street frontage of 50 feet. The applicant requests the required street frontage to be reduced from 50 feet to 49.87 feet. The intent of this variance is to take one large lot and divide it into 3 single-family lots. Our minimum lot requirements for lots with RS zoning are 50 feet in width by 100 feet in depth. Therefore, this lot is less than the required minimum set forth in the city ordinances within section 28.03.024. We do have the applicant here. On the screen, this is an aerial view. This is the plat in its entirety. And this is one zoomed in. You can see, let me get the mouse over to that side. You can see this was once one large lot. It's 8525 Highway 105. That's going to remain up here. And then they're going to divide 2 more lots off of Tolliver Road. This is the subject property. So this is the house that looks at Highway 105. And then this is the 2 lots that they're trying to divide from Tolliver Road. One does, you can see it right here, have access, but they would have to create access over here if approved.
Have you had any commentary from any of the surrounding landowners?
Yes, we received 0 in favor and 1 in opposition. There was no notes to the opposition, but it was a neighboring property.
Okay, and where was the location of the neighboring property?
Right here.
Immediately next door.
Yes.
And what's on that neighboring property? Is there another house, or is it, what is that?
Yes, it's a house. Both sides are residential single family.
Okay.
I will give, so you can kind of see here some background off of this road. So typically this is a minor plat. It would not be given distribution, 200 feet notices. However, with this variance, we do have to do the 200-foot notices. So because it is obviously less than the minimums that we allow, this is why it's before you. But there have been these types of lot splits along Tolliver, so this is not something that's technically new, but this neighbor was in opposition.
Okay. And on the lot that's outlined in red, if you look down toward Tolliver, it looks like there's a structure there. I didn't see that structure in the picture that you took from Tolliver.
It looks like it's been removed, which is good, because it would have to be removed either way if they wanted to split the lots.
Okay. And with respect to the plat, it looked to me like there were some easements in that. Is there an issue or potential issue of complication of development because of those easements, any of them?
There should not. Now, the setbacks for that, as we know, is from the front, 25 feet, side on the west side would be 5 feet. However, on the east side of lot 2, you cannot encroach into that easement. So they can build up to, they just cannot encroach. So it would be up to their designer to be able to fit the structure within those setbacks.
Okay, well, in lot 3, you couldn't encroach on the easement either.
Yes, no
But-
encroachment
okay,
into
but
easements.
But the easement itself is not a 5 foot plus
Right,
5
I think
foot
it's
setback?
15.
Or is it 5 foot then plus 5 foot setback, or is it just the 5 foot setback and the easement just happen to coincide?
I see what you're asking. It's just the easement. So
Okay.
like the easement is exceeding that 5 foot setback, because I believe if I read it from here, it's 15 feet.
What's that?
Is it?
The easement's 5.
The easement's 10
It's
foot and
10,
you're
so
splitting
5
it.
feet on either side, so it will meet.
Is coincident
With,
the easement line.
coincides with,
Yeah,
okay.
It's the same line.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. That's what, that was the curiosity. And when you say that it's a private sanitary sewer easement, are you talking about septic tank, or are you talking about something else?
No, it would be like the lines would run through it. However, I do know so if the variance for the, is approved today, they would turn in the minor plat. That minor plat is reviewed by us planning for the things like certain items that have to be on the plat.
Mm-hmm.
And now engineering and water are going to review for if that sanitary easement is acceptable where it's at, if it needs to be shifted, and the likes.
Okay, I was just curious.
I think what's happening, Jeff may know more than I do, but the water line out that, in that area is on the 105 side. So they have to get that water line, service line back to the houses. Same thing with the sanitary sewer. I think it's in Tolliver, and
Mhm.
they're trying to service, they gotta leave a way
Yeah.
to service.
Well, and,
That other lot split that she was showing, I did that plat several years ago, and we had to do these same similar easements for the city.
Yeah.
to approve.
and so one of the real questions is that already existing, or is that something that is now platted? That's the plan. And so it may be that that's the plan and it doesn't exist currently. I just don't know. We'll find out from the owner. Okay, but if you don't
There
know.
was a house back there.
Well, there was something back there, yeah.
More of a storage building.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. We'll find, we can ask. Are you done? Any other questions for the witness?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to speak in favor of this?
Yes, sir.
You, please pull up to the lectern, give us your name and tell us your relationship to the property, and then tell us whatever you want to about it.
Sir, can I get you to turn on the mic? Just hit that little switch on the.
Green,
The
on the
toggle
bottom,
switch.
right here.
No, up.
This. All right, my name is Justin Williams. I represent the ownership of the plat in question. I'm here today. First and foremost, I appreciate your time and the opportunity to come before you. Our intention is quite simple. It's to turn that 1 acre lot into 3 total family home opportunities. Presently, it's 1. We've paid to get to where we are today with Access Survey, so we appreciate what they've done for us. To speak to the structure that was there, it was essentially a garage that a former owner had utilized for an outbuilding just to do some automotive work, it appeared. We removed that structure because no matter what the outcomes are, that was of no use to us. We do have somebody residing in Lot 1 presently. The intention there is to sell that portion of the property to that landowner, or to that renter presently, and then subdivide the back half, Lot 2 and 3, so that we can put a couple homes there. That's really all I have.
Are the sewer easements that we're looking at in the plat, is that something you've planned, or is that something that's already existent?
My understanding, sir, is that it's already in existence,
Okay.
not something that we planned.
Okay. Are there any questions of this witness?
Before we go any further, Chairman, Mr. Williams, can I get you to state your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Justin Williams. I live at 150 Remington Circle in Lumberton, Texas.
You are the property owner listed in the system.
My wife and I, yes, we own the corporation that owns
Right.
that property, yes.
All right. Now, any other questions of the witness? If not, then thank you very much. Okay. So, any comment or discussion?
So the question for us is the request of variance from 50 feet to 49.87.
That's it. And it's a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Is there a motion with respect to file PZ 2022-410, respecting this variance to the property currently addressed at 8525 Highway 105, but respecting these lots that would be facing Tolliver and have their own addresses on Tolliver?
I make a motion we approve.
A
Okay.
second.
We have a motion. Any discussion after that? Hearing none, would you call the roll for a vote, please, ma'am?
Chairman Tamayo,
For it?
Board Member Beaver,
4.
Board Member Hilliard,
4.
Board Member Rowe,
4.
Board Member Sorrell.
4.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come before us? And hearing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you very much. You're approved. I'm just Sit here and do my paperwork.
She got you fixed up. She fixed you up.